Yo, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Pilgrim is off doing family stuff, so prioritizing correctly. Good morning, Stickler. Who else we got? Odd Dog. What's happening, guys? Thanks for the sub, Stickler. Much appreciated. So, what's going on, fellas? Let's see. Channel news. Not a whole bunch. I have played a lot of Panzer Corps lately. I just picked up a new DLC. It's called Axis Operation, so I think it takes really the core of that game's always been kind of start in Poland and go through the end of the war. And the Axis Operations, I think, really breaks that into a lot more content and a lot more scenarios, things like that. It actually starts in the Spanish Civil War with the Condor Legion, which is not something I had paid a whole lot of attention to, but is very kind of interesting, actually. Obviously, I knew it happened and had a general idea of who was doing what to who, but hadn't really dug into it. So, been doing a little historical mining with that, so that's kind of interesting. And if you've played the game at all, I don't know how many of you guys ever picked it up or played it, but it's a little bit of a different, kind of a little bit of a different take. You're taking an old IP Panzer Corps, which has been around for a while, and an even older version, which is kind of this. It was the spiritual successor of Panzer General, and starting to expand some of the concepts and ideas on it, which is a lot like World of Tanks, actually. In fact, they added a kind of currency into it, and I sort of laughed when I saw that. I'm like, I guess that's just something that mature games end up having to do, is if you're going to add more content or more systems to it, you've got to do things like add different currencies and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of interesting as I looked at it. Call them commendation points, and you can spend those on different things as you go through. So I guess it has, what's it got? Prestige and commendation points. I mean, it's nowhere near as far along or with like World of Tanks, with what we got: gold, bonds, silver, experience, all the different things, and then all the other tokens and doodads for buying stuff. But it's the same idea. It's an older system, so they've tacked and welded on a few things as they've gone. So I played a bit of that. 5 keys, absolutely. You got to have the 5 keys. In fact, I think I've only got 5 games this week. I'm just looking at my tanks.gg stuff. I know last week I said, oh man, I'm going to get some gaming in. But sometimes I sit down and I get some of the videos done, and then I just don't have time for the gaming, especially if I'm sitting around playing Panzer Corps. I am sitting at in the last 30 days. This is one of my lowest 30-day totals, maybe ever, since I started playing the game. Unless I was gone for a whole month somewhere in there, and I guess I was on occasion on deployments and stuff, but back when I was active duty. But 59 battles in 30 days is about as low a 30-day count as I've ever had. Although the good news is it's a 69% win rate in the last 30 days. Maybe I need to play less and I'll win more. Is that the key? Play less, win more? That is not what Wargaming wants to hear. In fact, Wargaming is doing some things to try to get you to play some more. We're going to take a look at it. We got a new patch coming up and some more silliness. Now, Homefront channel news. What do we got? I did get my pavers laid, fellas, after all that. I got the extra 12 delivered. I think we went over that last weekend. Did that happen last weekend? I think so. So I won't go through that whole diatribe. But I did get all the pavers. I did not pay the 2 delivery fees. And then one day I was out there. What day was it? Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday? And I'm looking at the stack of pavers. And I was coming off another sequence of my back being jacked up. Only a couple days before. And I decided, whatever. I'll do leg lifts. I'll just be very careful. Which is probably a dumb idea, but it actually worked out because I didn't rejack up my backup. But I was able to move them, man, and that was a lot. Of course, 2 days later, man, after leg day, the legs were a bit sore. But I got them all laid down. I found a couple spots where roots are I'm gonna have to dig some roots out, which is gonna, I'm gonna have to notch the roots kind of to make them lay flat, and of course then the root will grow back up and the paver will grow back up. So we'll have that battle for who knows how long. Last 60 days, played 54 games, 32 wins. See, Wayne? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the key. You just play a couple. If you lose, you walk. Not what Wargaming wants to hear, man. It's too bad that they've put their game into that situation. I think there's more and more of us. There's a lot of competition, though, guys. What other games do you guys play? Are any of you guys exclusively WOT guys, or are there other games? I know there's a couple of you that have mentioned games and definitely play other games. Seems to be some of the younger guys do a lot more games. Halo? Halo. That's an old one, Jimmy. Or is there a new version of some kind out? Borderlands 2? There you go. Baseball sims. Oh, that's cool, Wayne. You like the baseball sims, huh? 7 Days to Die? Yeah, that's a zombie one. StarCraft 2. Well, that's a classic. Holy cow, StarCraft 2. Jimmy likes golf sims as well. So just golf sim as in just on keyboard and PC, or do you have an actual setup with that you hit the ball into the net and it records it and all that stuff? Back into Warcraft. Watts currencies are nothing compared to it these days. Oh, you're talking the MMO World of Warcraft? What is going on with that, Cliffy? I've sort of kept track of it. Is there a couple versions? Is there a throwback version that's completely different, or was that a temporary thing that they did where they did the throwback? I couldn't make heads or tails of whether they'd actually reverted stuff or if that was just sort of an event where you could do that. And did they keep it? That is one of all the gaming I've done. The MMO thing is not something I really got into in terms of that kind of MMO. It's permanent. They're about 15 years in the past. So you can play both. They both exist essentially at the same time. The current one and the throwback. That's wild. That's crazy. It's interesting they would do that and split their because I guess the concern would be that they would split their audience, but I bet what really happened is they drew back some of the nostalgic, and people probably play but one. Okay, there you go. One sub covers both. Yeah, all right. Well, there you go. So they don't care as long as you're subbed and playing the game. Who cares? That's pretty cool. Sports Sims solitaire player. My mom is visiting for a month, and she is definitely the solitaire. I was sitting in here yesterday. I'm playing Panzer Corps, and it was kind of quiet because I've got several visitors now. I've got her. I've got my niece came with her to kind of help her get here, and she's going to hang out for a week. And so, been pretty busy house, which is nice with the kids gone. But it was a quiet. My wife and my niece were out. They're gone shopping, and I didn't have the door closed to the office there, and I kept hearing this like poink and these obvious computer sounds like brink and poink and all these sounds, and it was because my mom is hard of hearing. It was the solitaire game. She had the solitaire. The sound was up so high that every time she moved a card or whatever, she has the goofy sounds on. I'm sitting here going, what on earth? Is that somebody's phone? Is that a ringtone? Is it a what's the word I'm looking for? A text, sound or something? But no, it was her playing playing solitaire, and she had it turned up to 11. Which is pretty funny because I don't know about you guys, when I play something like that that's repetitive and has sounds, I almost always turn the sounds off because eventually I get tired of listening to the sounds. You guys do that, or are you guys sounds guys? Do you leave them on? For something like that, if I was sitting down and playing a lot of solitaire, which I've done in the past just for giggles or pass the time, I would turn the sound on. Though to be quite honest, these days, now as I get older, maybe you guys as you get older have found this as well, I don't generally do stuff to pass time anymore. You know what I'm saying? I want to be doing something that gets me. Obviously, a computer game passes time, but that's why I like games that kind of build on themselves. Like it's goal oriented. I guess you could have a goal of winning the solitaire game, but just mindlessly playing something over and over again that doesn't kind of have a bigger picture, I guess. I don't do that very much. Yeah, I think the sounds get annoying. So yeah, the pavers are in. Next key is to fit and finish. I'm gonna have to cut a couple pavers because I have the posts where I put the roof in that are kind of there. So I got to cut around those. That's gonna be a bit tricky. I hadn't really thought very well about using 18 by 18 pavers inch because they're really big and really heavy. And my tile saw is kind of small, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do there. I need to get it out and see if it's even going to work because I'm not sure the blade is proud enough that it'll actually go through the whole paver because those bad boys are pretty thick at 18 inches across. So cutting them to fit like a few angled areas and the posts, that's going to be a bit of a trick. Not really sure how that's going to go yet. I've been sort of avoiding the question and just left the tile saw in the shed for now. So I think later today I'll get it out and do some looky-loo at it and see if that's even a possibility. I'm not sure. I just got to finish that up. I think I'll put some gravel around the edges. Probably, I was thinking about maybe planting some things, but there's not a whole bunch of room, and it's quite shaded now right there because it is up against the side of my screen room, which has a roof. And then there's some trees there and the fence. So there's not a whole lot of sun in there, so I think I might not plant anything. I'll just keep it clean so I don't have to do a whole lot of maintenance and upkeep to it. Although one thing I didn't think about is the number of leaves I'm going to have to rake out of the area because I've got a holly tree and a couple trash oaks that are on my neighbor's side right there, and they're almost 24/7 leaf droppers. So there are constantly leaves being, especially spring and fall. They're those kind of trees that drop in the spring and the fall. More or less all year, but really bad in spring and fall. I will do that, Wayne, once I get it. And I'm sort of also waiting for the black stone. I think the wife and kids that's going to be some kind of gift thing. Might not be till Father's Day, but if I do get it finished up, I'll put my other grill in there. I'll give you guys a picture. Yeah, pretty stoked. The only last thing on it, I'll have to think about this whether I want to do it. I was thinking about putting another door in the screen room, which would be pretty funny. My wife was like, dude, don't put another door in there. We've already got 1, 2, 3. There's 4 doors and not a very huge screen room. So that would be a 5th door. It would just be easier to kind of go through, but I think the door that goes out, it's angled, kind of goes out to the front. It's close enough that I'll just do about a 135 degree slice back and I'll be right in there. Do you? I love those things, man. Do they work nicely for steaks? I charcoal grill steaks a lot. I charcoal grill everything when I do grills, but I always find myself using aluminum foil because rarely do I just set stuff on the grate anymore. It tends to lose all the juicy niceness down in there. So I feel like that's more or less the same thing and probably easier. I used a Blackstone up at the cabin and I loved it because it's also more flexible, I guess you would say. I mean, you can do fried rice on it. You can cook nearly anything on it, really. Well, Jimmy, she's fantastic, though. Good friend of ours at this point. Fantastic lady. When we cut down about 3 of them were kind of on both of our property lines, and they were all. I guess it was 2. Well, it was more than 3 because there were some smaller ones that I could do, but I had somebody come in and take out 2 other holly trees. There were 3 big holly trees right there, and I had him take down 2 of them because I couldn't be arsed. I could have done it, but they were big and it was a pain. And then I actually dug out the stinking root balls. That was a trick. Probably more work than taking down the stupid trees, to be honest. I should have taken the tree down and had him take the root ball out. Great for steak and breakfast, yeah. I'm just hoping that it will do what I want it to do with the steak. I don't see why not, because if I'm just taking foil and putting it on my grill and cooking steaks on the foil, it's going to be more or less the same on a Blackstone, so I can't see it being much of a difference. I am looking forward to the ease of just turning on the propane and firing it up instead of messing around with coal. But at the same time, I got to make sure I have the propane, but of course I have to make sure I have the coal. So the charcoal. It's all the same, isn't it? I gotta get. I was just talking to somebody about that. I have to get myself a cast iron pan and start working with one of those because I bought. Here's what started that whole thing. Yesterday, walking home, we went down to the farmer's market. Walking home, there's a seafood place on the water. We go over a little tiny drawbridge and back into our neighborhood, and there's a seafood place right there. And walked by. Mom can't get around, so she didn't go with us down there. We walked down there. It's about a mile away to the farmer's market. Walking back, and I said, "Man, we didn't get Mom any food. She loves crab cakes." So I said, "Hey, I'm gonna pop in here. I'll grab 2 crab cakes. I'll mortgage my house to get them." And they are proud of them crab cakes. You actually might spend more there for a crab cake than buying one at a restaurant, which is pretty funny. To be fair though, they're almost all crab. There's only barely enough filler to keep it together, that's nice. So they're good crab cakes for sure. Now they're not Maryland Blue Claw, but there you go. You can't have everything. They're Florida Blue Claw and probably some stone crab and whatever else they're getting here in the Gulf. Anywho, I buy the 2 crab cakes. I bring them up here. I crank up the grill. I didn't want to cook them inside because every time I cook something inside, the whole house, it's not a very big house, so the whole place smells like fish. So let's do it outside, whatever. It's a nice afternoon. I'll just put a little bit of charcoal in there. I'll stand outside on a nice spring day. I'll charcoal grills a crab cake for my mom. Great. Get the foil, all that crap. Now you see where I'm going, right? Now I'm cooking a crab cake on the foil, and it's sticking to the foil, and I thought, for about the 99th time, I need to get a daggum cast iron pan. I got to do it. Got to pull the trigger. Because I do like cooking steaks on the cast iron pan kind of idea, rather than just out on the open grill. Works nicely. You can put some butter in there. You can baste it. Puts a nice char on it. The heat distribution on the cast iron is amazing. So I need to pull the trigger. Half a cow, 375 pounds for $2,000. 375 for. That's quite a bit a pound, isn't it? Math in public. But it's got to be a much better deal than just buying it pieces, right? $8 a pound. That seems high. Is that high? Or is that low? You got to have a place to put 375 pounds, though. That's the trick, Jimmy. And how long would it take me to eat 375 pounds of cow? A while, I think. I mean, if you had a big family, that's probably a really good deal. Especially if you like beef. Yeah. Yeah, for 2 people at least. For 4, or a family bigger than 4, that's probably a good deal. Of course, then you have to process the whole daggum thing, don't you? I mean, you got to cut it into the steaks you want. You got to do the hamburger piece. So you're going to have some labor sunk in that as well. It's funny you bring that up because yesterday I was looking at TikTok and I somehow on my For You page came up, can't remember the guy's name, something the butcher, kind of a big fella, and he's taking cuts of meat and showing you how to butcher it. Saw him do a Boston butt piece, saw him do, I don't know if it was I think it was a beef shoulder or something, but he was cutting it up and telling you how the cuts go. And that guy, holy cow, watching that guy cut that meat, it was clear that he had done that a few times before. No, not Butcher Wizard. I don't remember what his name was. I think he sounds like a maybe New York, New Jersey kind of guy. But it was fascinating. I actually watched several of his videos. You know how you watch a video and it shows up again, that same person? It's weird the different TikTok versions you get on if you watch a certain type of video. You'll get more of it, and all of a sudden if you watch a cool dog video, next thing you know, you're just covered up in dog videos or cat videos or the butcher guy, It's pretty awesome. All right, that's it from Channel News. I'll get you get you guys a picture of that once I figure that out. Let's see what's going on in a world of tanks. Go over to the webpage. We'll shill a little bit. And keep an eye out for Pilgrim. If he shows up, we'll bring him on. Let's see here. All right. In the store, my friends. What do we got? Oh, and thanks, by the way. Was it Cliffy? I don't know if it was Cliffy or who it was, but somebody put in the Discord that the Battle Pass was actually ending yesterday. It got me because for some reason I read it and I was thinking I was going to go in later in the night and slide the slider and get the tank. I forgot. Not that I care. Doesn't whatever. But isn't that weird that it ended on a Friday or a Saturday and not on a Sunday? I don't kind of understand why they would do that. You got to a Scottish company who trimmed dairy cow hooves, rabbit hole. Yeah, right. Oh man, it's kind of gnarly, isn't it? I've seen the farrier stuff. Usually it's horses that I see. You know, when they get it's vets when their hooves get gunked up. Oh, God, dude. I don't know why that bothers me. When they get that shaver and they start cutting down on them, I'm like, oh, jeez. I don't know. I guess it doesn't. I guess they don't feel it, but holy cow, I felt it. All right. What's happening, D. Cardi? He's with the family. Doing a family event, so he may show up later. But he was, I wouldn't say he was delayed. Let's say he was enjoying himself, obviously, and hanging out with the fam. So if he gets here, he gets here. We'll see. Yeah. Whatever it is that's hurting their foot is no longer there. All right, double barrel 703-2 122 is for sale. You can get one of them bad boys for $41. Did you? Right. I had a buddy whose family were dairy farmers. That ain't easy. That ain't easy because it's every day. There's no day off. You're up in the morning, do what you got to do. I don't know how many times you had to do what you got to do, but you did what you got to do every day. Like morning, midday, and evening, right? Depending on what's going on. Twice a day. All right, there you go. Yep. 7501. It's okay. $33 though. Look at the difference in the price. This one's $41 for what is one of the better Tier 8 premiums. And for $8 less, one of the mediocre kind of premiums. Back when Montfort shipped swinging beef, the New Jersey and New York guys would steal the carcasses off the trucks as they drove through town. Guess they had to learn how to cut it up. All right. Hey, it just fell off the truck. I found it. 59 patent. Oh, yeah, get one of those things. What? So the 7501 is 33, but you can get yourself a sweet 59 patent for $30. Is this trying to get people who don't know to? Is this a swindle? I hate to use that word. We're going to use that word, and I'm going to call it an inadvertent swindle. Let's not. I know some of you are going to ascribe intent, but let's just pretend for a minute that there's no intent. Pilgrim, what's happening, man? Let's get you on here, dude. You got time to get going? Let me just finish this thought. Let's not say there's malicious intent by Wargaming. But at the same time, let's say you're a new player coming to World of Tanks and you're perusing the items for sale and you have this idea that we have an honest broker and you go, oh, this is a decent price. It's cheaper than some of their other premiums. I'm going to get this premium because I heard premiums are good. and they can help me get money and do stuff in the game. And you bought this thing. And about 5 or 6 months later, after you learn some things, you're just looking at this going, I got took. There should be a warning. There should be a link. There should be information on these now, on the stats of these tanks. Oh, by the way, before you buy this tank is a whatever lifetime win rate tank. That's, you know what I mean? It really should be. And then we got this guy. All right, we're going to bring Pilgrim aboard, which means I have to shut the stream down because I'm not smart enough to get all of it to work correctly without doing that. So we'll just take an early break at 30 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. I'll grab Pilgrim, and we shall be back. So hold on.
Hey! Good morning, Colonials. Get out of your bed, get your hands off your doodahs, and put them on your socks.
Oh.
Let's have a cup of tea.
Oh, geez, the sergeant's talking. What's happening, man? So, what's new?
Good.
I went through channel news, talked a little bit about what's going on with this, that, and the other.
Sure.
But how about you? What are you up to?
Oh, it's good. I've been this week. I've been adminning like crazy for the DayZ servers that I work for, well, admin for. They've got some new servers opened up, so it's like madness, absolute madness, just going in and doing stuff. But so I haven't done any tanks this week, unfortunately. No, in fact, I probably played 2 or 3 games. I want to say last Monday, possibly. But
Right.
I'll catch up this next week because it's Easter break next week, so I'll get sort of like a full sort of a 12-hour day doing World of Tanks at some point. But yeah, I mean, things have improved slightly. I'm not saying it's great, but the Ares factor seems to have decreased slightly across both servers that I'm playing, so both in North America and Europe, which is great. So I've now started playing the Ares line. Doing the grind. Just naturally. Yeah, now it's been nerfed, so I've got no distinct advantage over anybody else. But apart from that, yeah, it's cool. Projects-wise, the house is finished, finito, done. No more to be done painting wise.
Oh, okay. We have so many accents we don't even know what country we're in.
We have lavender everywhere.
Okay.
Right.
Excellent.
Then yesterday, the garden project started, didn't it? So I've just bought 2 new big pots to fill with, guess what? Lavender.
Love it.
And so guess where I'm going next weekend on Easter weekend?
Oh, you're gonna tiptoe through the lavender tulips. Nice.
Going to the farm, absolutely. So
You
yeah,
pull up on your bike with your wife on the back.
Yeah, I need some lavender.
Does the general ever get on the back of the bike, or she has nothing to do with that?
Never. Once, 30 years ago,
Yeah.
I had a Yamaha XS 250, I think it was. I can't remember. Maybe even bigger. And we weren't long married, no kids, and I said, do you want to come on the back of the bike? And she'd never been on it. And she went, yeah. So she got on the bike and I popped a wheelie and then did about 80 miles an hour. So she smacked the back of my helmet after about 3 minutes and said, take me home. I'm getting off this. I'm never coming back on it again. So she's never been on the bike since. I don't know why. I mean, you know.
So was that a conscious decision,
Yes.
or were you just showing off?
No, yes. No, yes. Oh, man.
Did you come to that? That's very clever. Now, not to say you're not clever, but did an older, wiser head put you onto that plan?
Yes, because I very much like the single-seat sports bikes back in the day. I mean, I've got a single-seat cruiser now.
Yeah.
So I've only got the single seat on the Indian. So I very much like the Ducatis, the Japanese sports bikes, and they were all single seat. So I didn't want to go down the road of getting, what I considered then an old man's bike with a dual seat, so I could, it's either that or go the old, Hell's Angels route where you've got king and queen seat and your
Well, I was
old
thinking
lady
more
sits
of
on the back.
I was thinking more of I don't really want to have to drive all over the place with you back here. So let me just make sure you don't like it, and I'll have a whole lifetime of not dealing
That
with
was the deciding factor. I thought if I make it scary enough, I won't ever have to take us shopping on my bike. Matching bikes, Jimmy. Yeah, absolutely.
back in the late '90s, early 2000s. For some reason, in the fighter pilot community, and I guess really everywhere. Remember when Harley kind of came back
Yeah.
and was
Yeah, and they
and
had
became very,
sportsters and stuff.
yes,
Yeah.
and they became very popular. They're still they're actually having trouble again, so they're back on a kind of a backslide now. But it started to build back up, and they had dealerships and all that stuff. So a lot of the guys were buying Harleys, and some of them would have wives who wanted to ride, and a couple here and there wives wanted to have matching bikes, as Jimmy said, or a smaller Harley Sportster or something like that. So this guy and his wife, they bought two Harleys, and he was teaching her basically how to ride and in a parking lot, and she somehow got her ankle pinned up against the curb and nearly tore her daggum foot off.
Nasty.
Yeah. So that was the end of that whole situation.
Oh yeah. Well, you can do it with extreme violence, or you can do it the way I do it, very subtly pop wheelie and go very fast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, even now I'm on a cruiser. I mean, I've got a dual seat up on the top of the wardrobe here, which fits on the. But I won't. I'll just keep it single seat because
Sure.
nobody's ever going to get on the back of my bike, not at all.
Right.
So,
Right.
that's the way it's always been. Always the way it is, and she's never showed an interest in that sort of thing for some strange reason.
Very odd. Very odd.
Very odd. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Anyway.
welcome back, man. Yeah, lavender
cool.
situation. I have a bunch of
Yes, I'll keep you updated.
I have a bunch of radishes. I forgot to talk about that. Bunch of radishes.
Okay.
Oh
They're
man,
starting
yeah.
to grow now. It's spring, isn't it?
I started the
Stuff
radishes
will-
early because they like cold weather, and we had a couple cold snaps, but not enough to kill them. So rolling the dice there, I think we're well past worrying about that at this point now. But
Okay.
nice radishes. Last year I had a couple crummy ones. Thing about radishes.
Okay. Reason why? Radishes. I like radishes on the salad and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about radishes is, and I did them all from seed, which makes sense with radish. It's not like you're going to go buy a
Okay.
radish plant from a big box store, because a radish plant is one radish, so you're not going to do that. You can do it through seeds, but if you want a lot of radishes, this is going to sound stupid, guys, but I'm going to say it anyway because I didn't really think about it. If you want a lot of radishes, you have to frickin' plant a lot of radishes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you buy a bag and you
Absolutely.
plant 20 radish seeds, you're going to get 20 radishes. Some are not going to bulb for whatever reason. I don't know why they decide to or don't. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And you'll get 20, and 20 that's it, for the whole season.
You don't get any more.
Right, so I would have to get like three containers of the seeds and go crazy if I wanted to have radishes over 3 or 4 weeks. So they're like little delicacies now. I like radishes, Jimmy. Now the other thing about radishes is they're not good for a whole bunch.
No.
You can slice them
Substitute
thin,
Cliffy.
put some salt
I
and
like
pepper
them
on
sliced
them.
thin on. I like it on salad. I like them raw on salad. I don't particularly want to cook them.
That's kind of
Nice
it,
on
right?
salad. Yeah,
That's
salad.
kind of it. There are some recipes where you
food.
cook them, but I don't know why you would necessarily do that. What I did with them yesterday is we had brats. We grilled brats last night and some sausage.
Yeah.
So I took some of the radishes, onion, bell pepper, one other thing. Oh, some tomato. And chopped it
Okay.
fine into essentially a relish with a little bit of olive oil and some
Nice
salt
one.
and pepper. And then put that on
Yeah.
top of the brat as a little
Nice. Yeah,
fresh
yeah.
doodad on top of the brat.
Nice. You see, you can do that. I love open air cooking because you do your meat, whatever it be, your brats, or you throw a steak on the grill, whatever it might be, and then you can, because you're outdoors. If you've got plants in the garden, that you can eat, not just plants, but
Herbs.
you can herbs. You can pick and poach. You know what I mean, and throw it
Yeah.
over the meat and everything. Yeah, I love that. Love that. The whole thing.
Nice little spring
Oh,
event.
here. Look.
What the
Look at
heck?
this. Look at this. I was out fighting on Friday night
Yeah.
and I broke my wrist.
As you do.
Yeah, as you do. So, no, it's been diagnosed as carpal tunnel syndrome. I have been twisting the wrist too much over my What injury indeed, Wayne. Over my career as a biker, I've been... Now, don't you get dirty with this, but I've been doing this a lot, right? Not the other thing you
I'm
think,
sure it doesn't have anything
right?
to do with all the computer gaming you do.
No, I mean, this doesn't have an effect whatsoever on
No,
that, does
sure,
it?
yeah, I'm sure it doesn't. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I've got carpal tunnel syndrome, so I've had to splint it just to relieve the symptoms. And then they're talking about steroid injections and possibly surgery.
Right,
you know,
Wayne?
Getting old. Getting old is great.
He's got a Watt injury.
I've got a what injury?
All right. Well, we were shilling when you showed up and talking
Oh, was
about
you?
some
Oh,
of
okay,
the
well.
stuff that they're selling here.
There you go.
Yeah, blue
Okay.
light, blue light.
Yeah,
Now
the old premium that's not a premium. Is
I
this
know.
what we were talking about?
Yeah.
That's
They should
so
come with-
horrible, isn't it?
It should come with warnings, I think, at this point.
Yeah, a label attached to the side of the
Yeah.
tank that you cannot get rid of. Permanent camouflage with warning. This tank is not what you think it is.
This is how good this tank is, just so you know.
Yeah.
It's average. I don't even.
Yeah.
Well, where does the 59 live? Let's find out. The 59. Didn't it just get a buff recently?
I thought it did. Actually. No, was it not the other way around? Did it not get nerfed?
No, it didn't get nerfed. Not the Type
sure?
59. There's no way the Type 59 was nerfed.
Not the G, the 59G we're talking about, are we?
Oh, well, yeah, but this is the patent. This is the silly patent thing. Oh, God, yeah, here it is. I just saw it. Oh, I thought I saw it. It's not the worst.
59 pattern. Got you, Cliffy. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I didn't see it. Maybe it's better than I thought it was. No, it's further up than I thought. I mean, it's not a complete basement dweller. It's not. It's in the middle.
Yeah. It's not a troll.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Okay.
actually in the middle. Win
Well,
rate wise, and not many
That
people
word.
play it. Win weight. Not many people
Win
play
weight.
it. It's only got 2,885 games. Now that is 30 days. Let's go overall.
Maybe
Is
people
it-
are just playing it lately and good players are playing it for a reason. I don't know. 3 marking it. Possibly.
Well, these are weird. What are these things? T44-100, T44-100B.
Okay. Oh, 100B?
Huh. This is on EU, so you find some very strange tanks on EU.
Do you
All
have
right, let's go find the overall.
Bad tanks are easier to mark. Yeah, they are. Because nobody plays them. So
Yeah, see, 59 patent overall is terrible. Recently, it's better after the buff, but
Okay.
it's definitely one of the basement dwellers.
Well, I think maybe people are playing it to get the 3 mark on it while they can when it's been buffed.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why the 30-day stats is up. I don't know.
Yep, very well could be there. All right. We still got Battle Pass stuff. Did you notice that the little special Battle Pass ended yesterday?
I didn't. As I said, I've not been on all week, so it's gone. So it was
Yeah.
only on. Well, it was only on for a week, wasn't it? Is that it?
10 days. I think it was 10 or 14 days. Might have been 2 weeks or so.
All right.
Odd that it ended on a Saturday, but that's what they did.
I mean, I personally, I don't really seek out that at all. I mean, Battle Pass is great for what it gives you and all the rest of it, but when they do the little bolt-ons and stuff like that, it's just money grabbing. So it doesn't float my boat and it doesn't actually twitch my eye. So
Yeah.
I don't even bother with it. You know what I mean? It's if you're gonna do it, you want to be serious and grind that out. That's the point.
I was going to slide the slider because I have so much gold from wargaming, and I just sort of it escaped me.
You rich dude.
Which nothing of value was really lost. I don't even remember.
No.
Honestly, I don't even remember what the tank was. What was the tank called? It was, I don't know,
Dunno.
some tank.
Got
Got through 27 before sliding. What was the tank, Cliffy? I don't even remember what it was called. Wasn't not
Was it?
Phantom.
The Buddy gun? No, that was something else.
It was an auto-loading Italian tank, right?
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, that's
Something
right.
like that.
Another one. It was a tier 10
Tier 9 or
Progetto
10.
or something.
Might have been a 9, I
Tier 9
think.
or 10 Progetto.
Predator, there you go.
Predatore.
Actually, I was sort of
Predatore.
interested in that now that I think about it. Now that I remember.
Now you're not happy at all because
Yeah, now I'm angry.
Yeah.
That's all right. It'll show up some other day.
Oh dear. With the finger pinched one gesture.
Let's see. What's going on? We got a new Wargaming Game Center to exactly nobody's care.
Well, I've not even heard of that one. Let me get my.
Do you even launch it through the
clients
war? Tier 9
I
Prog
don't know.
46. Okay. Here it is. Looks like this. Looks like the old center.
So no difference. No. Oh yeah, it did, didn't it? It updated, and then there was no difference. Yeah, I remember. I thought, oh no.
Well,
what's
somebody
happening
said
here
the
then?
old one
You
is still
launch it.
available.
Okay. Why would you?
So mine came up as the old one this morning. I don't know, or maybe it updated to this, or is this not out yet? Wait a minute. What's Switch today? Oh,
All right, it's got an update kicking in now. I've just opened it up now. Wargaming update net blah blah center. Oh, let's see what it looks like.
so there's two. So there's two versions.
Ah, we're excited to announce a new design for Wargaming.net Game Center created to enhance your experience with a fresh look, improved navigation, and additional features. Try it today and discover a more intuitive and engaging way to interact with our platform. And then you click a new design button, because why don't you? Click a button just to have a look at it.
For some reason, you can have both versions. I guess that's. I don't know if that's
Okay.
temporary. It doesn't really indicate. It says.
The new design looks like their website.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever. Thank you. Cheers. Cheers, Wargaming. No new maps, but we can spend time doing that. That's fine. This is an easy option.
Well, hold your horses, because we got
Oh,
map. We
oh.
do have map news. Unfortunately, not new maps, but silly map news. We have 3 new tier 11s coming. Thank goodness. So happy we have new
22.
tier 11s.
Yeah, thankfully.
The
Off which
Gorilla.
lines does it say? Does it say which lines?
Yes, the Gorilla for the 110E4 line.
Okay.
It, it has a multi-pack charge system, allows it to take reduced power shots long before its gun has fully loaded.
Oh wow. Oh, for crying out loud! A tier 11 low power. Any tier 9 is going to be dead in the water, isn't it?
I don't really. Okay, that's weird. The Fature. What does that word mean? Fature. It's French.
I don't know.
It's French.
Yeah, it's French. It's a fature. Probably means spaghetti, or is that Italian? I don't know.
It means farter. Yeah, Stickler, you got me. Exactly right. That's what I. The tutor. I surrender.
Wayne, I surrender. Correct.
Oh, it means how far is the rear?
Yeah, run away.
How far
Reverse
is the
gear now.
How far is the rear of the? Let's see.
But actually, I have to be very humble. I have to eat humble pie, Guido. Because our once mighty Royal Navy couldn't field a warship to Cyprus, so the bloody French had to take and do one for us. Can't believe it. My boss is French. She happened to mention it. Oh, see, we've sent a warship in the place of the Royal Navy. I said, have you? Oh, bloody hell.
I mean, at this point,
Sorry,
is
anyway.
there one?
Well, no, there isn't. There is a couple of sloops that are knocking around the English Channel. That's the Royal Navy these
Yeah,
days.
there's apparently a lot of ships in port sitting around moldering.
Yeah, getting fested.
There's
absolutely.
one very big, very expensive carrier at about 50% capability, I believe.
But do you know what? We floated the 2 carriers before we had planes to put on it. So these 2 carriers were knocking around the United Kingdom coastline without planes on it because we didn't have an EF-35 to put on it. I mean, how stupid can you get? You know, here, infantryman, here's a rifle, but you don't get any bullets to go in it just yet.
We have a
Maybe
carrier,
in a
but we
month's
don't
time.
have any airplanes for it.
I
I mean, at that point, do you really have a carrier?
No, it's
No.
just a big old grey lump of metal floating in the water.
So the farter is off of the MLE 54 line. It has induction propellant afterburner.
Of course it does. That is awesome. They couldn't make it up, could you? Jeepers creepers. Oh, I don't know.
I fully expect soonly we are going to have a auto loader, loader, reloader, loader, auto reloader, loader. That's what that sounds like. Induction propellant afterburner mechanic. What?
Yeah.
The electrodes in its gun gradually build up charge, which improves propellant combustion and increased damage dealt. Charge has a limit, which can be manually overridden for even more damage at the cost of accuracy in it.
Railgun. Think railgun. There you go.
So, moving on. The Executor. The fast and nimble Executor is the pinnacle of the British wheeled medium tank line. Now, it has a HPTA, high pressure turbocharger assist.
Okay, so it now do 130 miles an hour.
So all it does is go faster.
Well, yeah, it'll get to the spotting points before everybody else. There you go.
I think he got screwed. Oh, look, it looks like rocket. So basically a speed mechanic, but that's maybe one of the worst mechanics possible for these things.
Because all people are going to do is hit the button and fly at the enemy to spot them all and die very quickly. That's it. No.
I like this. Boost its engine power, acceleration, and speed for a few seconds to catch up with its target. Well, it has to catch up with its target because they're slow to begin with, relatively for a medium, to escape a dangerous area quickly or to jump out of an enemy's crosshairs.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, can you imagine that? You can see a barrel pointing at you, you press X and it disappears. Boom! Like that, and you're the enemy, and you're like, really?
I like this mechanic.
Leading edge.
I like this mechanic. It starts going, and then it just. It needs the Roadrunner sound. Beep beep.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Do you know what they've done? They've done that. Remember they did that mode, that fun mode with the cars, racing the cars around a track.
Yeah.
They just added that to World of Tanks normal, haven't they?
Yeah. EBR racing or Chaffee racing.
That was it. That's all they've done. They've made a Chaffee race. The whole game is about Chaffee racing.
It's plenty fast for you, old man, Cliffy. It did do the Kelso run in 12 parsecs. I don't know. Whatever. It's tier 11. It's silly times. Let's take a look at the update. We got that Clan Showdown, Onslaught Legends. Who cares about Onslaught? Is anybody playing Onslaught? Did any of you guys play that?
No,
I think some of you guys are doing it for the tank. All right, 2.2.1 common test. What do we have here, my friends? Tier 11 vehicles. We just looked at them. Klondike. All right. New map, ish. Pilgrim.
Where?
Klondike. Where? This is one of the Grand Battles maps.
It's a new old map, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed. Well, I'm constantly disappointed. Remember how I have always said it'd be really cool to take these big maps and just put 15v15 on it just to see what would happen?
Yeah.
When I saw Klondike, I'm like, ooh, are they going to do that? No, they made it smaller, of course.
Of course they did.
They should have left it.
Wouldn't it? That would have been good.
They should have left it 1400 by 1400. Just put it in the game. Leave it the way it is. Put it in the game. Make it a 15v15 and see what happens.
Yeah.
What a great opportunity just to kind of test that. And it would have been new. It would have been fresh. It would have been interesting. It would have been the same map, so at least people kind of knew it-ish. But no, they had to make it smaller and rework it. What is their track record in reworking maps lately?
Making it more, exactly. Making it more canonized. Oh dear.
Because we're going to look at a couple stats. They have absolutely porked it away on multiple occasions with maps when they rework them. They have done almost nothing but make them worse. But we'll take a look at it. All right, so that's happening. I I really wish they'd have just left it and see what happened. It would have been a lot of fun, actually. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would have been good. That would have been intuitive. Really would
Yeah.
have been. Well done, Wargaming.
I almost never put any stock in the past in the whole idea of Wargaming wants games to be fast, but maybe I need to rethink that.
Well, okay, rethink it this way, in financially and in logic. If a game is quicker than the 15 minutes stated, then more non-existent finances are spent to
Right.
recover that tank and get it going,
Yep.
isn't it?
Yep.
So if you stretch that out a little bit, then more gold is going to get bought because they're using more resources up every time.
Sure.
You know, because every 5 minutes they're using resources up. So people are going to spend more money buying gold, and the tanks that can do the business in 5 minutes. Because if you're in a big old heavy that you've grinded, the mouse, for example, you grinded that line, you're in the mouse. It takes forever to get into the battle. Sometimes you're in the mouse. By the time you get into your position, the game's over, one
Yeah.
way or the other. You know. So
I always felt like
yeah,
I always
cynically.
felt like it was kind of self-limiting because if you made it too fast, people would get bored with it, and then you'd lose players. I don't know at this point if they think that far ahead. You know, they have all that data, they have all the numbers, they figure that stuff out. It's I guess I'm more disappointed in the whole idea of it rather than I'm more disappointed than not believing it. I don't know if that really conveys the way I think about it, but I
Well,
guess
here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, Guido. You and I started playing this when it was a tactical game, when it was use your brain. You know, fairly average sort of abilities for every tank that you would come across. It was never huge outliers or magic things on it. So when we started playing this, it was about tactics, about getting to the right place at the right
Yeah.
time, and then doing maneuver warfare when you got there. So if it wasn't happening where you were, move and do it elsewhere. Now it just seems to be get to a point and get obliterated, start again. No tactics in that, is there?
yeah.
You know.
It does seem that way, man. Serene Coast is getting rework. We'll look at these here in a minute on what that looks like. Serene Coast and Pearl River. All right, so Serene Coast and Pearl River, right?
Okay.
Well, let's go over
Cool.
here to the tail of the tape, and we'll grab maps.
Excuse me.
And let's see what we got. Let's do EU because we'll get more maps. We'll do this by alphabetical. What's the first one? It was Serene Coast? Serene Coast.
Yeah.
All right. Let's slide on down to Serene Coast. Oh, we got to have more maps because there's more. Down to the S's, and let's see how bad Serene Coast is right now. Well, Serene Coast on EU is a 51 to 48% map. That's actually
Right.
decent
Yeah.
comparatively. How about Pilsen? Sorry. Well, Proc is, let's see what we're looking. Province is 45 to 51. Although that is a smaller map. We have Overlord, a recently redone map. Look at this shit show. Sorry for the words, fellas, but 54 to 44. They just reworked that map and they created a 54 to 44.
Yeah. Yeah. And they must have the stats to go with that. They must know that this is happening for whatever reason, but they just
I
chose
mean-
to ignore it.
I think the meta's pretty well developed on that. That's been out for a while. How about Mines? 53 to 44.
Well, I mean that's it. Mines needs to be restricted to tier or made bigger, one or the other. Because the problem with mines is, you see tier 10 you see mines, tier 11 you see mines. I mean,
I
it's
hear
insane.
that, but before you start messing with that, you need to fix the balance piece because tier or not,
Yes.
there's a problem.
Yes,
And
there is
I'm with
definitely a
you,
problem
Wayne. That's
there.
what I'm getting at here. The number of maps that need work. Live Oaks is 51 to 46.
Yeah.
Look at these dudes. Ensk 53 to 46, recently reworked. Erlenberg, recently reworked, 54 to 44.
They must see this. They can't be stupid. There's people looking at this in wargaming. but they're just choosing not to do anything about it.
Empire's Border, 53 to 45. Airfield, recently reworked, 53 to 46. But they're going to prioritize Pearl River and Serene Coast. Let's look at Pearl River just for giggles while I'm whining and crying. The whining and the crying. 47 to 51. I mean, comparatively to some of these other maps, it's okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, you would want to look at it. I think 4% is becoming statistically relevant. Again, one of the problems is, okay, great, you're going to try to address it, but recently you've done nothing but make it worse. So maybe leave it alone. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but so far it doesn't seem to be Wargaming touching the maps.
No, exactly.
I would rather them put in new crappy maps than mess around with the old maps, because they seem to only make it worse.
Yeah. Also, you've got to think about, it doesn't matter about what the map is like or what it's all about, because it's a new map, which automatically you get interest because people try to work it out and play it.
Yeah.
So if it ends up being a crappy map, then at some point you might want to, if you were wargaming, you might want to adjust it slightly. But just introduce maps, let people play them, let people get the meta sorted out, because that will keep your interest for at least a couple of weeks, if not longer. You know,
they did that. They did like that
we
map
take the
mission thing, and they just put all kinds of maps out, and we only ever saw what, two of them?
See them again.
Two, and one was highly modified.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. It's a good point, Cliffy. You're right, and I never go, ooh, I'm pretty happy. Although, to be honest, to be fair, I almost never. What's the word?
Get happy about a map.
Well, yeah, unless I'm in a scout and I get Proc or Malnovka.
Yeah. That's
Proc.
about it. Yeah. I mean, Serene Coast, I can give or take. For me, the thing is with Serene Coast, irrespective of which tank I'm in, I will do silly deployments just to make it interesting. So if I had a heavy, I'd go down the water route, down the depending on which side you spawn in on, but I'd go down the water route just to make it interesting. Or if I had a TD, I would push up with the heavies on the building side, just to make it interesting. You know what I mean? I have scouted. I tell you what, I have done. I've scouted. You've got the airfield part in the middle, Serene Coast, and you've got that. Am I talking about the right map here? I think I am. There's a small channel that runs down.
You mean the ravine?
Yeah.
That you go into?
Yeah, I go down there. I go down there in the light. Also, here's the other map that I do silly things on. Is okay, what's the name of it? Let me just think. Oh, come on, Pilgrim. Do you know the one that's got it's got a big airfield down the middle. It's got buildings on the left, and you get artillery and naval ships firing in on you. And it's got like a big mountain on one side of the map, and you have to and you can snipe across waterways. I can't remember what that's called. Somebody will tell me.
An airfield?
Yeah, it's a big airfield in the middle.
There's airfield in Pearl River. Those two have airfields.
Is it Pearl River? Yeah, Pearl River. No,
there is one that has an airfield on one side with like hurricanes.
Yeah.
But that has a big ridge in the middle. That's I don't remember what that one's called.
Anyway, let's move on.
Well, now you have
it's just busting it away.
Berlin doesn't have one. Cliff doesn't have one.
Yeah, tropical setting, Cliffy.
That's not Pearl River. That's what is that called? Yeah, that's a new one. Safe Haven.
Safe Haven. That's the one.
Yeah.
Safe Haven. Well, you can get down. There's a channel there you can get down. So, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, by the mountain.
Oh, Oyster Bay. Oyster Bay. They got it. It's Oyster
Bay. That was it. Yeah, well done, guys. I knew you'd get it. So I used to sneak down that channel. And there's another way to this. I'm giving all the tips away here. What's the one that's got the big citadel in the middle? Big castle and citadel in the middle, and the mediums tend to go there and fight. And then you've got you know the one. And then the heavies go down to the other side and they fight it out in those buildings, and it's all that sort of nonsense.
Outpost.
Right?
That's Outpost, yeah.
Right. Well, if you if you spawn on the, I think it's the north spawn, you can get down the side of where the citadel is because there's a building midway down with lots of bushes. You can get down there. You could spot everything going across when they all peel off. I mean, it's an amazing place.
Yeah.
Nobody really clicks onto it, you know. If you get seen, you get absolutely mullered because you've got no cover.
That's right. Which you will. So yeah, go there if you want to die. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll spot everybody, but yeah, if you want to be trapped and die, then
yeah. I mean, what the hell? I got my spotting assist. I don't care.
Oh man,
Right,
Himmelsdorf is still the
digress.
best map of the game. Hard on
It is.
RP. Yeah, there is that, Lee fan. There is that. 2 years to build a map for 3 weeks. That's one of their problems, honestly. I don't build maps for wargaming. I obviously don't build maps for online games. But I will tell you that in terms of workflow and getting things done digitally, if it takes you, and you may have been exaggerating the years, but we won't argue about the time, but the amount of time it does appear for them to take to make a video, it should not be that long.
No.
It should.
No, not
there's
at all.
no reason a map can't be pushed out in a couple, 3 months.
I mean, the foundations of maps must be all the same coding. It's got to be, because I do maps with DayZ, and the foundations of the maps are exactly the same. You just bolt on stuff on top.
Yeah.
So you've already got a template. So all you need to do is like bolt stuff on top, coding wise.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I can't see why it takes so long to do them. Generative AI could help. Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah, I feel like it's less a possibility problem and more of a care problem, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah.
I think they could generate so many maps. For me, it just keeps the game fresh and would make it more interesting. And I think it's hard to quantify a lot of times what that does for retention of players and player enjoyment, and therefore probably spending money on the game. I feel like they prioritize the more direct things like selling stuff, getting people to buy gold, Watt Plus, Watt Pro, Watt Pro Plus,
it's a money grinding machine, isn't it?
Platinum
exactly
Pro
that.
Plus, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right,
Maybe they monetize the maps. That would be good. You can play this map if you pay $10.
Well, they already sort of do that, but in the negative,
Yeah.
they let you ban more if you spend more money on it.
Right.
Serene Coast, Pearl River. All right, battle route tips. This one, I'm of two minds on this one. On the one hand, like, okay, help out new players. On the other hand, I'm like, okay, now we're just gonna have people droning to these spots. But feature that highlights the most popular combat zones on the minimap has been added. The zones appear for a short time at the start of the battle, showing the points of initial contact. They're displayed. So basically, on the countdown, you'll get a little thing that shows you where your type of tank usually goes on that map, or should go, or however they're gonna. That's the next question. How are they gonna figure that out? Which data are they gonna use? I don't know. Because every time I see their tips and tricks videos, I wonder who the hell was smoking the ganja on that day. But there you go. Onslaught, I'm gonna skip over, but there's a lot of changes here. Trying to find the one I saw. No. The worlds still exist. Their example is realistic. They show the Leo one as a TD. Yes, correct. Well, that's actually true. I guess that's how most people play it. You could just show everything as a TD and it would be kind of close to most people's play style. Onslaught, yeah, lots of stuff going on with Onslaught. Minor technical issues fixed on Frontline. Watt Plus. Look at this, Pilgrim. There's now going to be a Tier 9 vehicle. The Leox is going to be a Watt.
There is.
Yeah, so now does that mean you're going to get an 8 and a 9 if with Watt Plus? I guess.
Yeah, and they'd probably be slightly overpowered, aren't they? Just.
Yeah, the Leox, I guess, is now going to be infesting games like the TS-54.
Oh,
there you go. Vehicles following. And so now we've also got some buffs. Once again, they're quickly buffing and changing their Tier 11s. They're really concentrating on Tier 11. 430U, the AMX 67, and the 4025 Contriver and STK2 are all getting buffs. Notice
So here's the question, Guido, on Tier 11s, while we're on Tier 11s. What's with all the extra magic powers? Is that giving anybody an incentive to grind through the tanks? This is the tech tree tanks, obviously. But is it giving anybody incentive to grind through that line to get to that tank because they want all the magic abilities?
It must.
Is that the reasoning behind it, do you think?
Well, I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Tier 11. Now this may not be a great example because people are still grinding tier 11s. So we may not be able to take a whole bunch from this, but if we look at number of battles, any tier 11s up here? Yeah, the 90C is up here. KR1 is up there. Taschenrad is up there. Hirschkoffer, strangely, even though it's widely considered as not one of the greatest, but it's a TD and it comes off a very popular tank, the Grill, so it's got a lot of games. Let's just go with tier 11s and see what they look like. Numbers of games. 1.2, KR 1.1. Breaker's not very popular. I mean, they seem to be popular. So I don't know the real answer to your question, Pilgrim, but I think maybe, I guess, would be a fair answer.
Because we've got to take into account they gave out 2 complete lines to new starters and stuff like that. So it could well be that a lot of the tier 11 players are new players who got the free lines,
Yeah.
possibly. And also then, I guess, if you're at tier 10 and maxed out like you are, you've got every tank under the sun, the next challenge is tier 11. Let's play the tier 11s and see what that looks like.
I think
but
I
can't, yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I interrupt you there, but I think the honest truth on it is the younger players love the stuff.
Of course they do, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very much, it's Twitch.com, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more of the gaming style of the younger generation that they grew up playing with all the buffs and powers and power-ups and, all that kind of stuff. So
yeah. Okay, maybe that's the... Maybe,
it just doesn't appeal to me very much.
No, maybe it's the logic for Wargaming. They've see, their developers must, they'll be generational. So there'll be developers that started at the very first of the game. They're probably not around anymore. So they did have a whole influx of new developers at one point, didn't they? I remember that happening.
Well, and they have to appeal to new customers, I guess.
Well, exactly that. Yeah. We've had your money now. Piss off.
Dress up for commanders. And there's been some different buffs. Somebody mentioned the 8.8. Here it is. It's getting a significant amount of stuff. 150 more horsepower.
That'll make a difference.
More hit points. 100 more hit points. Top speed now 50. Hold on a second, guys. I got daughter's traveling. She's calling me.
Absolutely, Grendel. Absolutely. That's what happens, isn't it? Panther 88, yeah, might be interesting to play. I like the Panther 88. You're right, the armor needs a little bit of work on it, but the DPM is now absolutely insane. So yeah, it would be an interesting tank to play. I think that's where we're at. I think that those of us, that have played this game for some time, we're at a point where we're looking for things to keep interest. We're looking at things to go ahead and be interesting for us. So, these weird ways to deploy or the weird tanks to play, not necessarily the magic tanks, but just doing things that you wouldn't really do with the grind that you've done.
Yeah. I don't think so, Nothing Special. I didn't see it there. Let's take a quick look at it for you here. We've got Onslaught, Common Test. That is interesting that... Well, it's the 29th. We still have a couple days, don't we? So I guess it's not that amazing. I think in the next few days. I do not see the April events thing, so they have not published that, no. And I didn't see it on the next thing either.
No.
All right.
Mind you, they've updated the thing, haven't they? The thing. What
They
thing?
did the
They've
thing.
updated the... Yeah, they've done that.
And so what else we got?
Oh.
8.8. What else? That does look maybe kind of interesting to play. I never really disliked it. It wasn't a fantastic tank. Where the hell did it go?
No, it was a good. I liked it. It was because the 88 was a fairly good gun, to be honest. It was fairly accurate,
Yeah.
but it didn't have any armor. Never really had a lot of armor.
But lots more DPM. Aiming time's faster. Reload time 0.2. That's not that much. Dispersion's better. Penetration is a lot better. The standard shell went from 203 to 230. Wow. And
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, wait. That must be the... Oh, that's at 500 meters. Never mind. So, okay. So the APCR went from 237 to 265, which is much better, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a better tank. Guerrilla's
Needs
added...
a little bit better armor, but
Yeah.
apart from that.
Some of the line up to some of these tier 11s have been buffed. The 50 is getting another buff. The saga of the 50B. Nerf buff, nerf buff.
Yeah. They
So
can't work out how to make that balance, can they?
Now, well, it's hard.
That's where they're at.
All your auto loading and auto reload, it's just hard to balance them. It doesn't take much before they become overpowered or underpowered. 50-120 and a 50-100 are getting buffs. They've been messed around with. The UK Contriver's getting a buff. Contender, Conceiver. China, the 120 GFT. Is that...
That's TD, isn't it?
It is, but is it the Tech Tree TD? Or is that a premium? And is it a tier 10? 120 GFT. It's a premium. It's the premium tier 9.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Wow.
Well, there you go. That is a fairly underwhelming tank. What are they doing for it? A little bit more accurate. That's nice. That's good, too, because that tank is not really a brawler. I think it says it is. Is it an assault? Versatile. So that's nice. At least it'll be a little more accurate.
Right.
That was always kind of a complaint for me with that tank.
Very similar to most of the Soviet TDs and the Chinese TDs, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not that accurate. They hit hard, but they're not accurate.
A little bit of a reload buff and DPM buff, and then the gun has one more degree of depression. Engine power is increased. Doesn't look like it's faster, but it should get there faster, up to speed faster.
Okay.
STK2 Type 7168 getting some buffs, and then the Sturv K, interestingly, is getting a buff.
Why?
That's pretty significant. 12 seconds to 10.2. That's more than a second off the reload.
Yeah.
Faster aim time, some dispersion help.
I never found it to be a problem, that tank. I don't know why.
It's
That
getting
needed a buff.
it's getting a straight up alpha buff.
Yeah.
What? You don't see that very
Everybody's
often.
going to be playing it. Everybody will be playing that now.
Now there's something you don't see very often in this game. Every now and again, that's probably one of the least buffed items in this game. They straight up alpha buff. Wow. And it's faster from 40 to 45. That's actually nice. Now it's more like a medium, because isn't it a medium? Or is that a heavy, the Sturv K? I think it's a medium.
No, it's a medium, isn't it?
Or is it one of those weird things where it actually should have been a medium, but it's considered a heavy? I don't remember.
Heavium. Leaf. Too bad it's still a pile of crap.
Leaf has nothing for it. I got nothing for the Sturv K.
No, Leaf hates it.
It's a heavy, isn't it? It is a heavy. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Oh, sorry. I thought it was a medium. Oh, well, there you go.
now it's
Educated.
Faster heavy. I mean, 390 is pretty low for a heavy, so 420 sort of makes sense. That's quite a DPM buff, actually. So good on him. Is it reload? Yeah, a faster reload and a DPM buff. Wow. Right, Grendel? We were talking about that earlier. It caught me a little bit by surprise, despite being told by some nice person in the Discord. I forgot anyway, and yeah, I lost out on getting it. Oopsie.
No, they'll sell it next month. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Bit in the shop.
That's all the stuff they talked about. Klondike. We'll get into these map things in a minute. All right, guys, we've been at it for a little bit over an hour. I'm going to take a quick break. I do need some more coffee before we continue, and we'll come back and look at some of the maps. You be with us there, Pilgrim?
Absolutely, yes. I'll do a toilet visit.
Same. 5 minutes. We'll be right back.
Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what? If you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek, for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man to teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name only known to a few. To his followers his words are true. Guido is the man, big and gruff. He used to fly jets, but now he does the tanking stuff. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. The mountains are home where he watches the moose and hummingbirds aplenty. But he saw the need for the Watt community to have a guru and lead them gently. Down the road to Unicom land will die, trying hard in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So he broadcast his message far and wide, using YouTube, Twitch, and various means, to lead you to the promised land of WR.
Okay, we are back. Pilgrim, did you ever try to maneuver yourself through a doorway and then ram your shoulder into the doorway?
Always. Always. Do you know? And then I have to do the other one, so it feels the same either
I
side.
think I've taken a mortal shoulder wound. Dang.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to step over the dog, which is always problematic because she's pretty big, and dogs sometimes take exception to that.
Yeah.
And then they move, and then you trip, and But I tried to do that, and then I had the coffee, and I lurched it a little bit, and I bounced off the one side, and I bounced off the other. Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Anyway, all right. Let's see what else we got going on. Yep, we looked at all this stuff. All right, now, my friends, let's look over here. What do we got? Fisherman's Bay map adjustments. I think we have better pictures of it here. Oh no, this is Super Test. So they're also doing Fisherman's Bay and Siegfried Line in Super Test. We looked at those the other day. RU is messing around with the gold ammo. Didn't really read it, but doesn't affect us. New customization interface for RU. That's all RU stuff. Here's a bonus code. It's just old country decals. That's the code right there, WOT here. I don't know if this still works or not, but that's it. But it's decals, so whatever. All right, Serene Coast. I was an adventurer once. That's right.
Yeah.
If my ISP weren't so incompetent, I should have been up on Friday at the latest. They insisted it was my modem. Then I know. I hate that. The thing with that.
Your wires hang from poles, don't they? So
Yeah.
you haven't got yours buried. Yeah.
The thing
So more
is,
prone to disconnect, surely.
the majority of the time they're dealing with people who don't really have a clue. So when you call and you've already run it down, it's not your modem in your system because you're smart enough to figure that out. They don't necessarily know that. So you always have to go through the gatekeeping of, are you so stupid you don't know how to turn on and off your modem and check that part? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Have you done this? Have you done that? Have
Yeah.
you done the other? Mm-hmm.
And it can become frustrating because you're like, dude, I already know this. I just need you to look at this part. And so every time you go into it, it's going to be that stupid stuff. Right? Yeah, because every time you call, it's a new person, so you go through the same steps.
Yeah.
Like, I know. And then you say something like, oh, we're going to have to do this again. And, I'll put a note on your account about it. And they don't read that.
Never do that. Never read it. Never do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably policy, Grundle. You're probably right. Yep, they have to go through that whole stupid stuff. Yeah.
These calls are being monitored and recorded for training purposes.
Are they, though? Because you don't seem to get any better.
No.
All
Who the
right.
heck are you training?
Serene Coast map changes. What do we got? It's hard to tell because these are not before and afters. These are just what it looks like now. But this is a completely different map. This looks similar. And then from a little further back. But see, now there's a bridge at both sides of this island.
Yeah. We've had that before. What map was that?
I don't know.
That with a bridge either side and swamplands in the middle. Oh, that was years ago.
Yeah. So there's another angle of it right here.
All right.
Look, this
All right.
is your ravine, Pilgrim. Gone.
Oh yeah.
It's
gone.
now a tunnel.
A tunnel. Of course it is. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah. And it looks like a little low spot over here.
Does anybody like fighting in tunnels?
I hate it.
It is horrible. I don't go
Yeah.
in a tunnel. I can't. It's just stupid. I mean,
The way the camera system works in the game, it just sucks.
swamp pussy.
And there's no fix for it. It's just shitty.
No.
Yeah, when your camera loses its mind, yeah.
Yeah.
Good point, Cliffy. It seems like he could have avoided it by just a slight shift of the tracks, either to the right or left. We could have completely avoided going straight through the rocks.
Yeah. Why build a tunnel there? That's a good idea.
That's a great point, dude. That's an engineer's eye. They're looking at that going, why did we go through the rocks there?
Oh, man.
Good point. Here's another view of it, so you can go down into a ravine and a tunnel. Oh, there's two sides of the tunnel. Great, cool.
Well, that means that gun depression. If you're up the top there, unless it's places you can't go, but if you're up the top there with your gun depression, all the good gun depression tanks are going to be exactly. Look, they're going to be sitting there taking you out.
Not only is there two
Absolutely.
tunnels, there's a bridge in between them. Bridgie.
There's a bridge.
Bridgie.
Yeah, there's going to be. Sorry, go on.
No, that's fine. I said Bridgie.
That's a killing ground. Killing ground.
This is another side of it. Here's kind of the corner up here that the brawl always happened on, so I guess they've more or less deleted that whole situation. Looks like a lot of no man's land here, so everyone's going to get up on the ridges and snipe and do stupid snipey stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the other. Yeah, okay. That's kind of where the hill used to be, I think, up here in the top left of this. But it's, I mean, that's still where you'll go down here and you'll hug the sides and go hold down and all that kind of shit. Yep,
Artie will sit back there, look.
This is the road that's next to the lake that no one will ever go on because it's completely swept by fire from everywhere. So no one goes there anyway, usually not till late game. There's another picture of the Bridgie. So it's completely different map. Same relative shape, but completely different. All right, here's a good view of the tunnel system, the town. Yeah.
There's no reason to go to that tunnel. No reason whatsoever.
Well, people will go right up there and then they'll side scrape. You are pretty protected. You can side scrape all day right there and shoot down through the tunnel. And looks like if you're on the right side,
from the edge of the not actually go in it.
Right.
If you go in it, you're dead. You're dead.
On the right side, you can flex back up this hill and go hold down up the hill and deal with all this. If anybody pushes up and over.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's a Tunnel Leaf fan. Well, it was a map that had a significant lack of tunnels.
Yeah. They've got a financial requirement to build at least one tunnel per map, and if they don't do that, they get penalised by the taxman.
It is fair to say that that map had a significant lack of tunnels.
Yeah. Tunnels that were never needed in the first place, but yeah, okay.
Okie dokie, so that's Serene. Let's look at Pearl River. Another map that's actually has a decent win rate difference.
Do you know what is it about Pearl River?
What?
When I look at my stats, I actually do very well on Pearl River, but I hate the map with a vengeance. When I get Pearl River, I don't exclude any maps. I don't do that. I don't see the point in it. The map's there. Don't exclude it. But anyway. And when I get Pearl River, my heart actually sinks. I go, oh, here we go. And then I looked at my stats, and I do very well on Pearl River.
So it's your fault then, really?
Well, yeah,
you
exactly.
did too well. And we're getting... All right, everyone. We know who to blame. This is the anti-pilgrim. It's the anti-pilgrim change. Because he's doing too well in Pearl River.
Exactly that. That's why.
But every time I hear Pearl River... I hear the song "Pearl Necklace" from ZZ Top in my brain.
Of course you do.
I don't know why.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean, folks. Keep it clean. Okay. I don't know what I'm looking at. Honestly, this is hard to tell. This is the brawl area.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell what's really happened here. I mean, I guess it looks different.
There'll be elevation changes there, I'm sure.
I mean, it's hard to tell what the differences are. This, though, is significant because now looks like there's a bridge that crosses from the village over to the, I guess, TD light tank area or whatever that's supposed to be over there with the rice paddies and whatnot up there. So that's very different right there.
Yeah, because normally you would run across and go through that little tunnel because there's a tunnel.
So there's a bigger. That's what it looks like right there. That's the bridge coming from the village.
Okay, that's interesting. Now that's interesting because you know what I'm talking about going odd places. I used to run a light down that side of the river to the opposite spawn and then pop back again. So you've got more cover doing that now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here's a trivia question. What tank are they using to take this screenshot?
Oh, look at that. Oh, there you go.
I'll give you a hint. It's the
Oh.
only Tier 11 I own. I'm pretty sure.
Is it the German thing?
Yeah, I think it's the Borkenkoffer. I think that's the Borkenkoffer symbol. Oh, there it is. Did I prove it? Did I
There
prove
you go.
myself correct?
Looks that way.
Whoop. Oh yeah, it's the Borken.
Oh, yes.
It's the Bork.
Leaf put Conquerors. GC. Yeah, that's right, Con. That's it, Leaf.
My favorite tank, the Conqueror GC.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it looks like this bridge
Right.
thing is the biggest change on this map, honestly.
Yeah. Quite possibly some elevation changes as well.
Yeah, little things here and there.
Flattened it out a little bit more only by the pictures. You can't tell really.
He's driving across the nice. Look how nice and wide that bridge is.
Yeah, and how on earth are you going to keep safe trying to drive across that? That's going to be a snipey point, isn't it?
Well,
Either
it's-
end of the bridge.
It's no tunnel, but it is a bridge.
Yeah. It's got a tunnel under it.
So this is the entry into the brawling area here.
Changed.
Yeah, it looks quite different actually.
Hmm.
Huh. And here's the brawl. This is the only decent picture of the brawling area right here. This has certainly changed a bit.
I think if you were is it East Spawn? If you were East Spawn, you distinctly had an advantage over if you spawned on the West. So maybe they've changed that.
One of
Is
the
it
comments
East
was
and West?
interesting because it said, "This is the third change of this map in a short time frame, and it's a garbage map." And it kind of goes back to Cliffy's point of, yeah, but I don't like that map, even if its win rate is good. I mean, it's a good point, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think managing the win rate situation is better. Is the better plan? I don't know. Klondike, I'm not going to go through this, but they're going to drop it down. I don't know much about that, but they're going to drop it down from 1400 to 1100. Coastal zone in the south has been reworked. Blah blah blah. New launcher we talked about.
See when they reduce the size of the map, do they just remove the dead zones to make it smaller, but keep the play area the same size? Excuse me.
Oh, they're always going to leave their dead zones. You got to have a bunch of useless part of the map nobody ever goes to.
Right. Because if they wanted to reduce sizes, that would be the ideal way to do it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you the one map I want put in the way it is what's the other one with the big castle, the old Grand Battles one. It's a fall map or summer map, but it's got the big castle right in the middle and a city on one and kind of a big city on the other, on one side. What was that one called? I liked that map quite a bit. I think that one as a 15v15 would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. It's the summer map, isn't it?
Yeah.
The original. It's one of the original
I
big
think it
maps.
is the original. Yeah, I think you're right.
It is the original. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I get you.
I don't remember what it was called.
That would be good 15-15. That would be definitely maneuver warfare, that. You'd have to move. You couldn't just sit static on that map.
Right. So here's
That
what
is
that
awesome.
looks
That would
like.
be-
What is he in, a TD?
Oh, okay.
What are we driving? A the leopard. This is what you're talking about, Cliffy, isn't it? Were you the one that mentioned this? Although to be fair, where else are you going to go on this map? Let's be totally fair. Where else are you going to go on this
Yeah.
map with a leopard? You know.
Yeah.
And then it shows this. I mean, I guess people kind of get up in here. That's not a very good spot, but I think what they're really talking about is on this ridge, which means you have to haul ass down here, not get shot, and jump up here. This is much more viable from the south spawn, by the way. Getting here from the north spawn is very difficult.
Yeah.
Yep. Or camp back here on the 8 line. Or hang out here and shoot people, be a sniper boy, TD. Or I think for me, I'm going here most of the time with my Leopard. Maybe back here to help tear some things up and then fall back and come back over here. So, I mean, in all fairness, these are not bad. These are the places people go. So there you go. I mean, you could go over here. You can go over to the west. You got to be careful about it. And if you have enough people with you, then you got a really nice gun.
If you've got, that's prime arty territory there. If you're going to be there, and when the heavies come from the north spawn, they're going to see you straight away, and then you're lit right across the side as well. Yeah. It is difficult to play that position.
You can play the heavy brawl. It's just you need plenty of hit points and other people around. You got to be careful with your pokes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is basically how you play the game all the time.
It depends who has the middle. If they've got the middle, you're going to get side shots all the time. They're going to hit you in the side.
All right, and it actually did indicate you can turn those off, so there is a way to turn that off in the setups.
Have you had a grand battle lately?
They turn them off. They're gone.
Oh, have they? Oh,
yeah,
okay, I missed that.
They went away with assault and encounter. I don't even know. Can you even turn them off? Are they even in the settings anymore, guys?
I haven't got my client over.
Did they remove that also from the settings? Yep. I'm assuming they did. Battle communication.
Oh, the rework leaf. Oh, okay.
I didn't really catch it. Not that I would necessarily look for it, but I'm guessing it's not in the settings anymore that you can even turn them on or off. They just removed that, I guess, probably.
Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rationale behind that was, because I like grand battle maps. I like grand battles.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the reasons probably is the assault maps were some of the more unbelievably imbalanced maps in the game.
Okay.
As stats wise, some of your worst stats were on the assault maps. It was crazy. Some of them were atrocious.
Welcome in, Dave G. First time chat.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Yeah, look, I just took a quick peek and it didn't look like I could find it anymore. So it would make sense they'd remove the settings. Obviously, they wouldn't need to leave it in there if they took it out of the game. There is that too. Matchmaker now doesn't have to worry about extra different kinds of maps. That was always going to be a balance issue.
I think they should bring it back as a mode. Personally, I think you get quite a lot of play on it if they just brought back, a grand battle mode where if you wanted to, it was either your normal 15 by first 50, or you could choose to do a grand battle mode. I do think they get people playing it.
Yeah. I just really would like to.
You get some weird adverts. You get some weird adverts on your channel, You won't see them. I'm cream for thrush.
Oh wow, that's because we're old.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's age appropriate. You'll see the Walker ad in a minute.
There we go. Compression gloves to stop getting carpal tunnel syndrome.
That's how they're listening to us.
Get out, man.
You caused that. That's your fault, not me.
It's the CIA checking up on you.
That's actually wild, isn't it? That's 100% attached to you talking about carpal tunnel.
Awesome.
So if I say, I wonder if there's something out there that can help me with my goiter.
Yeah, let's see if we get it. Wait for the next adverts to come.
Yeah, where's the lavender adverts? We talk about lavender a lot. There should be some nice lavender adverts.
Bath balls, Grendel.
Taylor Swift.
Don't say Taylor Swift.
Oh, where do I get Taylor Swift tickets? Ding.
No.
Swifty.
Sorry.
I'm the OG Swifty. Or something. Man. Now here's a little trick. If you want to walk away for 60 days, you can walk. You can't log in, but if you walk away for 60 days, then you can come back and you can get a Object 752, 30-day rental, a GST term, 30-day rental, 30 days of premium. So you got to play the long game. Got to play the long game. And these are only rentals and some other doodads, so they're doing that again. Those are the new tanks. Oh, what? Super test. Yangshi. Heavy tank.
Yeah. What is it? A heavy tank? Yeah.
Yep. These are changes, though. The Hussars. These look like the same tank. They just
do look like the
changed it
same
around a
tank,
little
don't they?
bit and made one Japanese.
Yeah,
and one.
different paint.
The Chevalier.
Yeah.
Chevalier. Velas. We looked at these all last week.
Are
Some
these
more
all tier
styles.
11?
No, they're various tiers.
Oh, okay.
This one's a 10. This one is a 9. This one is a 8. Yeah, this was the only... last week we probably looked at a dozen or so super test and recently added tanks, premiums and promotionals. They were all 9s and 10s except for this one tier 8. We discussed that last week and said very few tier 8 premiums coming out these days. It's all 9s and 10s. It's
Yeah.
all ball bearings.
Yeah.
220, 221, whatever it takes. Cerbero. Reverse auto loading, reloading, loading, reloader. 3 projectors with a turbo advanced quantum physics cannon mechanic.
Yeah. And a boiling vessel, so you can make a cup of tea in the back.
Grendel, I am for one of the first times since I started playing 15 years ago, 12, whatever it is, 12, 14, whatever, however long I've been doing this. I am now
14 years.
somewhat in that boat. That sometimes I
Yes.
see a tank and I go, I'm not really sure what this is. Here's my advice, though, and I think it will probably cover most eventualities. Just figure out it's either it's one of two things generally. If it has 2 barrels, you know it's a 2-barrel thing. Otherwise, it's an auto loader, loader, reloader, loader, reloader.
Yes.
Just assume that it has multiple shells somehow.
And it has rockets.
And I would say you're about 90% correct in nearly every one of those cases. 90% correct in nearly every one. 40% of the time it works every time.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Sheesh. Look, there you go. I'm right. There's a double barrel.
Yeah, you're right.
Sex
There you go. There's
Panther.
another double barrel.
It's illegal in 7 countries.
Ah, dear.
Pike. See, look. Autoloader with 3 projectiles. Here, I'm going to prove it to you. Velas. Oh, see? Darn. That's a cyclical. But, the other assumption is it has some insane alpha going on. I left
There
that
you
part
go.
out. Insane alpha. There's a cyclical, so it doesn't match. This is an autoloader. This is a double barrel. This is an autoloader. Ooh, this might just be one shot. The Yangshi. What does it do? Does it have special stuff? No, it just has pictures because this is not a stats post. It's just what it looks like. Anywho, there you go. I'm going to stop looking because I want to prove my point before any actual facts show up.
Yeah, you don't bother with facts. Don't bother with
I only want enough data that proves what I already think has happened. That is how you go through life, fellas. Do not let your worldview be challenged by any facts or reality. Correct, Cliffy. Correct. Feelings don't care about your... That's right. That's right.
I've just clipped the advert that came up, and I
Oh,
put
shit.
it in your Discord.
Is it my goiter? The one?
No,
I'll have to look at it later because I can't look at Discord while we're doing this. Otherwise, everything goes
no.
wonky.
Wait, figure it out later. I've done
Okay.
it for you later.
Taylor Swift tickets, hopefully.
Yeah.
Speaking of tickets, guess where I'm going in April?
Where are you going in April?
You'll never guess. It's a concert. I'm going to give you a hint.
Uh,
I think I already told people this. What concert is Guido
I
going
think
in
you're
April?
going Dire Straits.
Huh?
Who? Who?
Who'd you say?
Dire Straits.
Oh. No, it sucks way worse than that. It doesn't suck, but it's not Dire Straits. Dire Straits would be amazing.
gosh, I don't know. It's something that your house general wants to go and see, so I guess
Some
it'll be
cowboy.
middle of the road.
That,
Yeah, some cowboy.
Pretty good guess, but it's not a cowboy. It's not country music. That's another. So it's not country. ABBA in London
Oh.
would be awesome. It's not ABBA. Didn't one of their female singers just die? Originals?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
gosh,
one of them.
really?
Cliffy's got it.
Barry Manilow.
Cliffy nailed it. He's right, by the way.
No way.
Yes.
Oh.
Barry Manilow's farewell tour. My wife is a huge Barry Manilow fan, so he's gonna.
Well, I'm like you. He's got the biggest nose in the world, but he's you know, my house general likes him too. But she dragged me some 30 years ago to a Cliff Richard concert. Not so well known over in the States, Cliff Richard,
Yeah.
but he's like Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like,
I don't hate
the
Barry
only
Manilow.
thing-
Some of the songs are quite catchy. They're not bad at all.
Well, yes, I guess it's a catchy thing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Grendel.
But seriously.
He's still alive. Barely. Actually, we were
Barely.
supposed to have seen him in, I think, February. I got it as a Christmas gift because she loves him, and it's his farewell tour. We've never seen him. He does write the songs.
Okay.
Also that
He
as
writes
well,
the song,
Jimmy.
yes.
Also that as well, more than likely. But it was scheduled for, I think, early February or maybe late January. But it got canceled so he could do some cancer treatment.
Yeah, because he's not been well, has he? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
but apparently all that went pretty well, and it's back on. So in April we're going out to
Right.
Jacksonville.
Can I give you some advice? Can I give you some advice?
Please give me some good advice.
Right. Okay. If you are anywhere near the front, okay, if you bought tickets anywhere near the front, be prepared for,
Mosh
let's
pit.
call it middle-aged. Well, be prepared. Be prepared for middle-aged going on to older-aged women throwing their knickers at him and
Oh.
them landing on the back of your head because they don't reach the stage. It happens. I'm sorry, it happens. So, you know, I would
Some of them
probably
are
get
big enough to
tickets if
wrap
you were
around
still-
and blind you, cover you up like a moo.
Yeah, them ones. Yeah, them ones.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're okay
You don't
because
wanna
I'm
go
too
now, do
cheap.
you?
I'm way too cheap to buy those tickets.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
all
we're-
right. You're fine then. You're safe.
I'm not even in a range that a highly inebriated middle-aged woman would think that she could launch one from.
Okay, you're safe.
Tiny whiny. Yeah, it's when the men's underwear start showing up, you start to get worried.
That's scary then. That is scary then. That's at that point you leave.
I'm just waiting for the mosh pit to start when coming to
Yeah.
when he starts singing "Coming to." It's not "Coming to America," is he? That's somebody else. That's not him. "Coming to America." Who's that? That's not Barry Manilow. That's the other guy. That's the other dude that. Neil Diamond. That's Neil Diamond, right? "Coming to
Oh
America."
yeah, Neil Diamond.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
coming to
yeah.
America. Yeah.
That's the one.
But so I write the songs, "Oh Mandy,"
Yeah.
all that stuff. A mosh pit to "Oh Mandy" would be amazing.
No, Grendel. Not right.
So that'll be cool. We got a hotel downtown. A little bit nervous about downtown Jacksonville. I know it can be spicy down there on occasion, so hopefully it'll be all good to go.
Well, is it a weekend gig?
Yeah,
So is
yeah.
it
We'll go on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
the concert's on a daggum Monday night, which is just a pain in the rear
Yeah.
because it's a 5-hour drive, and we're gonna go on Saturday, go out to dinner Saturday night, hang out Sunday, then Monday night we'll go to the concert, and Tuesday drive back home. Rod Stewart, I'd go see Rod Stewart. Yeah.
The problem is now his voice has gone, so he
Oh,
thinks
really?
he can still sing. But he did a couple of songs for various royal celebrations these last couple of years, and his voice is completely gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I get embarrassed for him. You'll sit and listen. I go, oh, get off, come on, you're making a fool of yourself. You know, it gets embarrassing. So yeah, but yeah. I guess
That's
back in his
kind of
day, he was a good guy.
that's usually directly connected to how high energy their voice was to begin with. You know, some of those songs where you
Yeah,
have these people who just absolutely slay it and wail. as they get older. When they're more understated with their songs, their voices tend to do better with it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the end he was almost talking the song as opposed to singing it, you know?
Yeah.
Shame. There you go.
Well, all right, fellas. That was some good stuff, my friends. Looks like Wargaming's continue on doing what they do.
Oh yeah. There's no surprises there, is it?
No, I got to do a few videos for next week. Hopefully, get some tanks in, and maybe get out
I'll
into the
do it next
yard
week.
and mess around with my pavers. Oh, look what I just did.
Oh, look what you've done.
Well, it does
You've
that.
deleted us.
No, it does that when I put. I don't know why, and we figured this out probably a couple of years ago now. But if I have my client, my Wargaming client, my World of Tanks client, full screen, then it does that to my Discord windows
weird, isn't
and
it?
OBS. And I'm sure somebody who's smarter with how all that works will understand why. But somehow along the way, I figured out if I de-minimize, that's the wrong word, but make the window slightly smaller. It's still most of the screen, but it's not full screen. Then I get my Discord back within OBS. And I don't know if it might be a layering thing. I might mess with that, actually. It might be a layering thing with which layer I have my World of Tanks on. I bet that's it, actually, now that I think about it. Where is my World of Tanks? My source.
Seems to make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, my World of Tanks source might be higher. I bet that's it. Actually, I don't even know where it is. See, now I'm doing technical stuff while we talk. But that might actually be it.
I'll entertain the troops.
Nah. Oh, that's weird. For some reason, I had TAC view turned on. That's odd. Yeah, I have to look at that. That might be it. But what's crazy is right now I can't find my World of Tanks source. That's weird.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Headset Yeti, the bar, graphics, Discord, alerts, events, camera, earbuds, Guido Novora, chat.
It's not there.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
It's
I'm an
no,
idiot.
it's gotta be
Well,
somewhere,
see
hasn't it?
now the plot thickens. I just figured out why my World of Tanks isn't here, because this scene obviously does not have World of Tanks because it's got the bar behind it. So I'm an idiot there.
Yeah.
There's the thing, which of course doesn't have you and me because I failed to do this. So now that's turned back on because we never went to this scene. At least I don't think we did. But now I don't know why, if I go full screen with it, it even bothers seeing it. I don't understand that.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. No, I don't know why. I don't know.
Because which overlay are you using? Using Discord overlay? Oh no, OBS, isn't it?
Well, you and I, this source where they see us is from Discord. That's the Discord call that you and I are in. That's how I do that. There's a couple other ways to do it. This is just an easy way, other than it's got the issue with what I just talked about that I haven't quite figured out.
Yeah.
And that's why when you show up, I have to shut down OBS because I haven't figured out how to turn off the OBS camera and allow it to have.
Yeah.
And it does not seem to want to let go of the camera, so I have to shut it down to make it let go of the camera. I haven't been able to figure out how to do that while it's running. That's an OBS thing that's kind of been a fight the whole time I've had OBS. But anyway, there you go. Tech Talk from someone who knows nothing. That's the best thing about it is most of what I just said probably is incorrect.
Straight over my head.
Yeah, we just kludge all this together, me and Pilgrim, and you're lucky. You're lucky we're even making this happen at all.
Yeah. It wouldn't happen if it wasn't for some sort of technical thing.
Thank you, Jimmy. Full scene, windowed scene. Thank you. That's it. There it is. All right, let's find somebody to raid and get you all out of here, including us.
What are we doing next weekend? It's Easter weekend, isn't it?
Okay, next weekend. I'm good for the morning next weekend. If
Yeah.
If you want to drop by, I'm not worried
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
no,
It's
look,
later for
yeah.
you, so it might not work out if you're already having Easter or whatever you're doing.
No, it's fine. We've got no plans
Okay.
as yet. We've got no plans on the Sunday that I know of. To be honest, I have not asked, but we did sort of Easter this weekend with the daughter, so
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening with the grandchildren next weekend. But I'll be here anyway, so
So
I'll
the
let you
5th
know.
will work. The 12th, I think I have something going on the 12th.
Okay.
I do. No. Yeah, I do have something going on, but I don't remember what it is. Weekend of the 10th. I should be okay on that one. I have visitors coming in, but Sunday morning everyone will probably be asleep. So the 12th will be a maybe. 5th, good to go next week, guys. 12th is a maybe. And then I think we're good to go. The 26th is a no. That's Barry. So Barry's the 27th. So the 26th, and that's 3 weeks from now. So I'll let you know again. But I'll be on the
Cool.
road that day.
Cool.
And there you have it. All right, cool. Let's find somebody to raid.
Awesome.
On the road again?
Yeah.
Yes. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
I'm not changing the seat, Leaf. It's staying single. It's not happening.
That's funny. This guy's name is call911_now.
Why?
I don't know.
Willie?
King
Yeah, well, I like.
Cars. King Karsten. Let's try old King Karsten.
Okay.
See what he's up to. Maybe. There he is. He's got 4 people watching. So we'll make his day with our 10 or whatever it is here. All right, fellas. Thanks for coming by. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Have a good week next week. I'm going to get out there and mess around, I think, in the garden a little bit. It's been nice weather here, man. We got up to 80 yesterday. Absolutely lovely.
Oh, good.
Hopefully play a little bit of tanks and whatnot. I think we're grilling out tonight again. That'll be awesome. That's all I've got, man. Good to go? All right. Guido signing off
I'm
from the
good
west
to
side
go,
Atlantic.
sir. And it's Pilgrim signing off from the correct side of the Atlantic. See you next Sunday, guys.
See ya.